hiding under some dirty clothes in the master bedroom closet. Lorie is scared and nervous, but most of all afraid. How did I get myself into this, she asked herself. She could hear footsteps approaching. She tensed up. The footsteps changed direction and headed into another direction. She relaxed her muscles and took a deep breath. Then the footsteps approached again, so she held the deep breath she had just taken so as to not exhale too loud. How long could she hold her breath? Luckily, she did not have to find out, as the footsteps started to head away again. She let her breath out slowly so as to not make a sound. The footsteps seemed to be heading out of the room. How did I get myself into this situation, she asked herself. Oh, that's right, by doing somebody a favor, she also answers herself. Then she hears voices in the other room. Oh no, her partner must have been found out, as now she hears yelling and arguing. It's time to come out of hiding and do something about this before somebody innocent gets hurt. But Lorie freezes, as this will change everything, and in that moment she reflects on all the events that happened that got her to this instant in time, right here, right now. You see, it all started about 2 months ago. Lorie's mother was making hot chocolate one day when Lorie stopped by unexpectedly. Lorie could smell the aroma of chocolate as soon as she walked in, and that meant only one thing. If Mom was drinking hot chocolate, she was depressed. So what would it be this time? Lorie knew she was in for an earful, but what her mother told her, she never would have imagined. She tells her mom she would like one too, and the two of them sit and talk, and Lorie's mother tells her everything. Lorie was shocked and could not believe what she was hearing. All of it sounded like it was out of a bad romance reader, and that was the very moment she decided to help her mother with the favor, not because she believed what her mother had told her, but she was sure she was wrong. No, she wanted to do the favor for herself, to prove to her mother just how wrong she is. With the information she has that her mother has given her, she begins her investigation. She feels like a private eye, everything so cloak and dagger. About a week into the investigation, she notices a shady character that always seems to be popping up. In a way, it kind of freaks Lorie out and lends credibility to her mother's story. 2 more weeks go by into the investigation, as so far no real smoking gun has shown up on the radar. But that shady character keeps popping out of thin air. And she thinks, on one occasion, maybe even more, that the character has made her. So she decides to find out just who this character is and who it is working for. Funny thing is, the shady character is 2 steps ahead of her and corners her in the hallway by the restrooms in a busy pizza place. She immediately stands her ground and stares the character eye to eye. He speaks. Are you following me? Excuse me, she said. Stop following me. He then turns around and walks towards the exit. Lorie is in quick pursuit, as now this character has really intrigued her. Excuse me, sir. Could you wait up a moment? I told you to stop following me. I'm not. I mean, at this moment I am, but I'm not following you, as in I have not been following you. I kind of thought you might have been following me. Following you? Why would I want to do that? Exactly my point. Why would I want to do that? To you, that is. True. I do see your point. Lorie then invites him to sit with her over a slice of pizza and a pitcher of root beer soda. She was curious to see if it was more than coincidence that they would show up at the same place and at the same times. He agreed, and they both spent the afternoon together. They apparently found out that it was not coincidence, and each was working for the other team, so to speak. Eventually, they ordered a whole pizza, another pitcher of root beer soda, and they stayed and talked over dinner as well. And it was at this point where the two of them decided to pair up and tackle this obstacle together, as they both felt like they were doing a favor, not for the sake of the favor itself, but to prove a certain person wrong. And in this case, there were now 2 of those people. Which leads us directly to this moment in time, and it was vital that Lorie gain her voice and step in to the argument before someone gets hurt. She climbs out of the dirty clothes and pulls herself off the ground using a jacket sleeve. Her right foot had fallen asleep, so she is having trouble walking. She makes it to the doorway where she can clearly see the two arguing, and in a firm voice she states, "Daddy, stop. Don't hurt him. He is with me." Okay, so her voice crackled a little bit, and her father still heard her, and every father recognizes his little girl's voice, especially when it crackles. He drops the shady character and turns to Lorie. "Hey, little girl, I didn't know you were here. I thought this guy was a vandal and was getting ready to show him the law. Good thing you came out there. Good thing you came out here, or there may not have been much left of your friend here. Speaking of, why are you here? Oh my. Are you two? I mean, if you are, that's okay with me. I mean, well, not really. I've never even met this guy before in my life. And what would your mother say?" At this point, he goes to pound on the character. Lorie pipes in, this time very firm. "Oh, Daddy, stop. There's nothing going on with us. As a matter of fact, we just met not that long ago." "Then answer my question. What are you two doing here?" Lorie sighs and comes clean. She tells her father everything. "It all started about 2 months ago. I came over to visit with Mom, and she was making hot chocolate. And you know what that means." He nods. "So I sit down and share a cup with her. And that is when she starts crying and telling me you are cheating on her, and she was sure of it. But she wanted me to follow you around for a while to see what I could find out. And what I found out is that you have been meeting with one of Mom's friends at different places, parks, pizza places, and of course, the lake bungalow, which you two would go to the most. But we never knew what you were up to because I could only see you from afar or just know where you were at. So Mom gave us a key to the bungalow, and here we all are." Okay, but that still does not explain who this guy is. Just then the door opens, and in walks Lorie's mother's friend, whom Dad has been spending so much time with. She looks at everyone in the room, and with a surprised voice she asks, "Son, what are you doing here?" Lorie's dad pipes in, "This shady character is your son? Don't call my son a shady character. Look at how he's dressed, like a B-rated PI novel detective. Yeah, okay, he's right. What are you doing here, and why are you dressed in that silly outfit?" To which the young man replies that he had gone home to visit one weekend, and Dad was outside shooting hoops, and y'all know what that means. The mom nods. "So I decided to shoot a couple of rounds with him," the kid then says, and he lays out practically the same story as the one Lorie had told, only this time it was the father who thought his wife was cheating and asked the son to follow her around to see if there was any proof. The father and friend just started to laugh hysterically. "Hey, it's not funny. You two need to answer why you are here." The shady character speaks up. "I figured it out, Lorie. Everything is in the other room. That's what I was looking at when your dad walked in on me and scared me." Lorie has had enough. "Can anyone just tell me in simple English what is going on?" "Come see for yourself," her dad says. As he takes her by the hand, the two of them walk into the guest room. "Oh, I see, Daddy." She then leans over and kisses him on the cheek. 2 weeks later, Lorie drives her mother to the bungalow. "Well, Mom, I got you the information you wanted, and I'm afraid it's worse than you think." "Worse than I think? How could it be worse than him cheating on me? Now remember, I thought it best you see this for yourself." They approach the bungalow, and the boardwalk begins to creak. "Quiet, Mom. You do want to catch him in the act, don't you? Okay, now on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Lorie swings open the door. Her mom peeks in the bungalow and gets the surprise of her life with everything she sees. Then all at once, the entire room full of people all yell at the same time, "Happy birthday!" Lorie's mom looks at Lorie and says, "You knew all along, didn't you?" "Well, not all along, but let's just say eventually along, and only because you sicked me on Dad. He said he never would have told me because I gave it away the last 3 years."